Yourself something funky.
Evening, peoples. I've just got to say, Stu Walker, you can't keep an old dog down. He's been banned off Facebook, so he's automatically found his way over to YouTube. Well done, dude. You just can't stop him. Right. So tonight is the first live of the year. Well, the first Wacky Wednesday. So we're going to do things a little bit old, and we're going to bring in something really, really special, and I'm going to just vanish for a bit because he is one of our earliest hosts ever, and probably one of the best.
Hey, one of the best, he says, one of the earliest. Well, good evening, folks. Wacky Wednesday here at NEUK, and it's me, Chief the Fireman. And I have a few ideas of what's going on tonight. There's a couple of things that's happening. I think Stefan Harrop looked like he was doing a V5, and maybe the butt, whatever you want to call him, Paul Ouro himself, is here to do some challenges. I said plural, Paul. Challenges, not challenge. So let's see where we are. Tony, bring in whoever's going to go up first. I actually even have a timer with me unless you want to use one. It looks like it's Paul. So, nice hat.
I've only got one here. I'll just grab one more just in case.
Yeah, you should, because I think you're going to really enjoy it.
Camera, so let me just.
Now we'll just look in the background and see what's going on. Charlie, what's going on? Mr. 20 bottles, I hear. That's going to be a fun one to look at. So you have 2 bottles now. What is the rules on these? Have you decided on rules for the Chug Life yet? Is it a drink and done, or is there an afterburn?
No, it's a 2-minute afterburn, but I've got to do something important first.
Well, yeah, we know that.
I've got to unbox my Secret Santa.
Oh, then go for that. Definitely unbox the Secret Santa.
And, you know, I didn't plan on it, but I kind of should have opened this at Christmas, but now we're into the really depressing time, aren't we? Right after the Christmas holidays. And it's a bit of doom and gloom now, like January is a horrible month. So in a way, this has cheered me up. Like I saw that and I thought, brilliant, I've got presents still. So let's open her up. I don't know who sent this, but...
Oh, that's the point of Secret Santa. Maybe it's 10 Chug Lives.
If it's a really bad, maybe. But if it's a bad present, don't tell me. If it's a good one, feel free to put in the comments who sent it. I got this. Some people might recognize the handwriting. I don't know. Let's open her up. Oh, this is a hell of a present. That's very generous. I thought we only had a £10 limit on these.
Well, a £10 weight limit, maybe.
Whoever got me that's pretty damn generous, and I thank you very much indeed.
Nice.
I should do Secret Santa every month. Christmas doesn't have to be once a year, does it? Look at that.
No, definitely not.
I'll probably finish that in a couple of days. Thank you, whoever that was. That's a fantastic. I wasn't expecting that, that's for sure. Oh, and that's going to make a nice. There you go. Keep it in shot.
So before you start, do you have a copy of the disclaimer?
Oh, there's always something you forget, isn't there? Let me just get my phone. Hold on.
It's either that or I can have Tony put one up.
No, it's all right. I think we've got to, we've got to be a bit responsible and sort out our own disclaimers. So when I try and find a disclaimer last minute and I haven't got much time, I always go to the League of Fire website and I just look at the home page. Look at the picture on the what do you call it? The picture at the back.
The background picture.
The cover picture. That's it.
Yeah.
The boot Paul Ouro. I'm over 18 years of age, of sound mind, have read and understood the hot sauce product disclaimer on the League of Fire website. In summary, I accept the League of Fire, their supporters and manufacturers will, under no circumstances, be responsible for or liable for any claims of injury or damage arising from me consuming this product or multiples thereof. I acknowledge this and agree to this fact without question.
Excellent. So the next step is basically just opening it. I recommend giving it a little shake to get all the dregs off the bottom.
Yeah, there's a couple that we kept back because, you know, artisan, right? I mean, there's always little ones where the label's a bit wonky or the seal's a bit, you know. So this one's got a seal in it, but it's a bit wrinkly. See that? And you think, oh, I'll keep that one for myself. Instead of, you know, sending it out for people to buy. So the only bad side is I'm going to suffer now. But I still find this hot. I've done one of these and I found it very hot.
All right. Well, once you open it, keep it on camera.
Okay.
There we go. I'm ready for you. Once you've done the chug, give me the open mouth and I'll start the timer for you.
Okay. So, yeah, I was talking backstage about this. I came back from America, put on a hell of a lot of weight. And then we had the Christmas holidays, put on even more weight. And now I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my life. So today I fasted. I thought, I'm going to have to do something now. You know, I'm going to have to work on, you know, look after myself a bit. I'll try this fasting business. And then stupidly, I'm doing this on an empty stomach. But I think
it'll be good. It'll be good. You'll enjoy it. It's not going to hit as hard as the chugs.
I do believe this is going to help me in my effort to lose. I need to lose about a stone and a half.
Yeah, well, if anything's left in your stomach, it's going to come out.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of health benefits to this as well. So
there's ginger in it. It's great.
Do I need to read the ingredients? Should I do that? I'm stalling, aren't I?
Yeah, you can stall all you want. It's you're the one that's going to suffer on it.
All right, salute.
There we go. All done? Yeah, I'll start her. You're away 2 minutes and counting. See, it's not that bad at all. It's just like a hot pepper water.
Oh, who said it's not bad? I still think this thing is. There's lots to talk about, really. When the League of Fire, when the League of Fire has these new challenges, getting me here, you're always going to have people in the comments, and that's the bit I love the most. I mean, imagine if there was no one in the comments giving their opinions. It'd be depressing. And you're going to get people saying, this is not, you know, this is not very strong, shouldn't even be a quarter of a point. And then there's other people like me who just want to get involved. And it's perfect for me. This is, you know, that's a point all day long for someone like me. So it's very subjective.
Yeah, I think that the point rating, say like for 1 point, could go, you know, it doesn't necessarily, you know, some people go, oh, it's not that hot. But you've got to have a range of like the point. You may have like 4 or 5 challenges in that 1 point range to 2, and maybe high on the ones, but it still classifies as a 1. And, you know, finding that break off is where it's at. And, you know, it's to me, I would drink pints of it, but I got insane tolerance, you know, because I love the taste. But someone like you or someone off of the street, I mean, you at least have some experience with this, but someone with zero experience, this would burn them up. Whereas I'm going, oh, it's just like, it tastes like pepper water to me. It does, but to other people, normal people, this would probably taste like a Killer Queen chug or something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't know about Killer Queen chug because obviously look, one of my jobs is to test everything. I've got a runny nose from that. You know, it's crazy. You're probably laughing, Jeff, on the inside.
No, I'm not. I'm smirking.
But even, you know, like the Killer Queens, I normally have to taste a tablespoon full, and I'm. If I have a tablespoon of the new Killer Queen, which I have done, by the way, I'm not trying to brag, but it's part of the job. That's worse than this, for sure. Just one tablespoon.
Congratulations.
How people do multiple chugs, I'll never know, but I love watching it. I definitely respect them a lot for doing that. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's all in the prep, as you know. You just did that now with zero prep on an empty stomach all day, no food, and you're handling it pretty good. You know, I mean, so you have, say, like an above average to your normal run of the street, you know, person off of the street. You know, someone who eats just pepper and just goes, oh wow, that's super, super hot. Yeah, it's the ginger. The ginger probably helps, but at least it has a great taste. And you know, like we were talking about the 1 point, say, for this, where you'd go to the Parky. Parky's kind of up in their game now, you know, so they're trying to get slightly hotter and hotter. Yeah. Now you need some food in you.
Yeah, I've got a jacket potato with some salad. So I'm going for it. You know, I'm doing this fasting. I look like I ate my parents. I mean, really. And it's things like the clothes, you know, when the clothes stop fitting and you think, right, look, I'm too young for this. I've got to sort myself out a bit. And it makes you feel better as well. I indulged for the whole month of December. I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah, but that's always the holes, you know.
Eating whatever I want. So, yeah. But, do you know, going back to the points and everything, I think it's an interesting, let me just see, I'm seeing some comments. Heat my shorts. That's Steve. Good man, Steve, and I hope you get to that 1,000. Shenna was telling me about that, and little milestones like that is really helpful. You know, it gives you that motivation. Your show on YouTube is brilliant, mate. And I was going to say, oh man, it's the burn there, but now it's heating up the esophagus. Is that the right word? What?
Yeah, but that's because you've done it on zero prep, basically straight off the street. No nothing, and you haven't even drank water, no milk, no aftercare. So yeah, it's going to give you a little bit of burps.
I need to ask a question, Paul. Is it a chili burn or is it actually a ginger burn? It might sound daft to other people, but I do get a burn off ginger. Yeah. So have you got that like you've just drank a ginger beer or a ginger wine?
No, it's actually a chili burn for me.
It's a chili burn.
Yeah, because, you know, I can tell when it sticks in the throat, and also my eyes and my nose is starting to water.
I was hoping you were going to say that because I've got talked into doing this myself, and I'm very intolerant to ginger, so I was actually hoping you were going to say it was chili rather than ginger.
I love listening to everyone's critique on it, and I know a lot of people said lemongrass comes quite forward, but I taste the apple, the juice, the apple juice. It's the number one ingredient. I taste a lot of fruity juice with a bit of a spike. You know, it's definitely tasty. I mean, Neil's a good guy. Are we at 2 minutes yet?
He's well past it. I stopped the clock. You're like three minutes on. You're well done. I even congratulate. Are you going to do another one?
I'm going to try and do 2.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
It's only because you're here, Jeff. I haven't seen you for a long time. I missed you in America.
All right, well, I'll start it right up, and you can go to 4 if you want, or I can just return it and go back. Let's start you off again whenever you're ready.
I was just going to say about Steve Gillespie. He asked the question, when are these going to be available in America and actually in the air now, I think? Or
yep, they're on their way.
Old Agnes store are the ones to go to as per usual. I've got to do this on camera.
See now,
yeah, Old Agnes store will have these in a few, hopefully, because I know they're on holiday and you know they deserve it. They work hard, but they'll probably still, knowing them the way that they work so much, they'll probably still put it on their website. So I reckon this time next week it'll probably be available to everyone in America. All right, cheers, you guys. Salute.
Away she goes. I'll start it. I heard that. But you see, now you've already, the second one can't be as bad as the first, right?
Second one always is better.
Yeah, to me, I always thought the second one is easy. The first one is always surprising. You're like, wow, I didn't expect it to be that hot. Then the second one, you're like, yeah, it's not that bad. When you get to like the 8th or the 9th is the problem. But look at you doing back to back. Then, of course, there'll be classifications on these, whether the point carries. Is there going to be like additional points? You know, if you do like normally happens when you're doing multiples of these.
Yeah, so when you do 5 in a row, you get 1 bonus point.
There you go. That's more like it. That's the kind of thing. You know, that way it just saves people from, you know, assumptions.
Yeah. So I'd get 2 points today, but I'm only going to do 2.
I think I'm probably going to have to do an instructional vid again, an updated one on a few.
I love those. They're very helpful, you know. We need to do. There's so much to do actually with League of Fire. It's like you could probably, between Matt and me, and also Shenna, and then you help a lot, and you could easily work full time every day of the week. It's just so time consuming. All the little things that need to be done now. Just planning things for next year.
We're already in next year, mate. We're there
this year, but you know, just there's so much work to do. It's incredible.
Oh, Katie, she's never done multiple. Look at that. 3 of them. 3 of them are good.
Yeah, this is starting to get me in the stomach now.
Yeah, but I think once you're done, if you get a little food in you, I think you'll find it'll be good. Even I don't even think there'll be much like well, see, I'm speaking for me because when I drank half of it and then I left the other part for Alex because I'm like, man, this is so good. You need to taste some of this. So, but there's your 2 minutes gone again. So you've successfully done like 2 now.
No, don't get me wrong. These are entry level. I don't think that we could ever really have a challenge. My nose is running. I don't think we could ever have a challenge that's more mild than that. But I definitely think there's a place for these. You know, I really do. In fact, you know, like even when I think about it, you know, if I had like a daughter who was like 18 or 19, you know, like Tony.
Yeah,
I'd probably say, right, this is the one for you. You know, let's have a little go and see what you think. I'm not
speak his name and he appears. It's like bing.
I'm not calling anyone out, but I'm just saying it's perfect for that kind of, you know.
When I first saw this challenge, I have to agree. It had my name written all over it. I was, whoa, this is the one. And then somebody said ginger, and it was like, damn. Yeah, but since then, Minnie, my daughter, like Paul just said, and Stu Walker has said they'll do it with me. So, yep. Regardless of having ginger in, it's going to be a bit of a giggle.
You know, sometimes you can sit and make plans, and it doesn't always come off. But the idea is to have a range of these. That's what we do. We'd like to keep things exciting. And I think we're going to look at, there's a super berry one that's going to come next. I think it's goji berry or something like that. And then we're also looking at turmeric. So we're looking at like superfoods. We're even thinking of maybe something with kale in it, you know, ingredients that are good for your body. So we're trying to be healthy as well now, because if you do like a million Moabs or whatever, it's not good for you with all the chocolate, even though I think that they're brilliant challenges.
When you said goji berries, yeah, my head went, yeah, that sounds all right. When you said kale, my little head went, run away.
Turmeric sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, different flavors, I think, you know, is a good option, you know, because you'll have people like Tony who's like, ginger, but now if there's other options, and I think as a starter challenge, I think it's a great one myself. You know, it's a great one as an introductory, or if you want to build yourself up to say like the V1s to 2, 3, 4, 5s, or even, you know, because it's all like stepping stones in this. It's the same in the chocolates. You start out with the chocolates, and you know the ultimate is to get to the nemesis. You know, so there's it's just another step on the ladder and the rung to help people into the chili world, and I think it's a fantastic product for sure.
What I'm hoping on this one is ginger's actually quite good for settling the stomach. So what I'm hoping on from this one is, yes, my mouth might feel more burn because I'm intolerant to ginger, but it should just sit right.
Yeah, and you're still sitting here good. You're kind of hunched over a bit, but I mean, you're still sitting here. You're not running off anywhere.
Yeah. No, I'm doing all right. It's just it's uncomfortable for me. I think that for you, Jeff, it would just be a drink. It would just be like a refreshing, fruity drink with, you know, like I know that there was a guy that I spoke to at one of the markets, and he brought out a ginger beer, you know, alcohol free. He wasn't alcoholic, but he got his kick from that gingery sort of. It's spicy in itself, isn't it? Ginger.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of people will find this in that level where it gives them just like a little bit of a buzz rather than, you know, suffering. If you want to do some if you want to get in part of the community, you want to go online, do a chug, but then go to work, not have to worry about, you know, if you're like me, you might have a fear of like public toilets or whatever. So you can do one of these. Yeah. So it's there to enjoy, I think, as well, this one.
Chris says it's the ultimate cure for cramp hangovers. So there you go. It does relieve the stomach.
Yeah, we put that in our social media. It might be a cure for cat cramp.
I'll let you know, guys. As soon as I get hold of one, I'll let you know.
Yeah, because to me, I would, you know, it reminded me, Annie Boyer, the Reaper teacher, she sent me some of her Patron that she had like infused with Reaper or Ghost Pepper. I can't remember which. It was really tasty. And I added some ginger ale to it. And this, you know, just because that was the only mixer that I had at the time. Yeah, and it reminded me of that. That's what it reminded me of. And that was just something, you know, for enjoy. It's kind of funny because like to some of us in the community, what we eat for enjoyment would be challenge level to, you know, just your regular person. And then the stuff that we do at challenge level is just like insane compared to, you know, the regular person. You know? And I mean, I even remember years ago, we used to talk about the toe of Satan. Oh my God, who's going to stick that in their mouth? You know, and then you had someone like Cameron who just destroyed that.
Destroyed it in minutes, didn't
and you're like, whoa, you know, it's some of the things that you see do. You're like, how the heck do they do that? It's amazing. It's amazing to watch. I love it.
That's a nice segue, Jeff, into what I was about to say, because we've actually got some new challenges coming to League of Fire. One of them is a challenge, a bit like that. It's like a sweet that you just sit on your tongue and it dissolves. It's going to be brutal. It's by Fiery Jacks, and we're looking at it now, and it should have a league table soon. So yeah, you know, it's because there's going to be more of a range now that we've rebuilt the website. We can scale it up. We used to get so many people. Like producers asking us for websites, and we just couldn't do it because Matt had to sit there and imagine doing that manually. I think it was the same with the NEUK website with Phil, right? Just doing that manually, it's impossible. You can't do that forever. So we're scaling up now, and it should be a case of, you know, lots more variety, which I think means more fun. I think the points is a very interesting conversation, because if you think about it, when we first started doing points for products, there were like 6 or 7 points. And then you can have a scale between 1 and 10 and give points to those 6 or 7 products. But as you get more and more products coming in, they become more distorted, and it's more difficult to fit everything into the scale. So now a chug, maybe now, if we only brought a chugs out today, the flagship chug, maybe it wouldn't be a 4, because there's all these other challenges that exist that should be higher, or they reduce the point level that we would give to a 4-point challenge 2 or 3 years ago. It's hard to explain, but you know, the main thing to understand is that the whole thing's got to be fun, and it'll never be perfect. I was sat watching the World Cup final. It was Argentina against France, right? Billions of dollars watched all around the world. They decided that on a penalty shootout. And even more so, if you want to go into more detail, they tossed a coin to decide which end to take the penalty.
Exactly, I remember watching that.
Imagine I'm not talking football in this house. I live with Adele. Football.
No, Adele likes her football. I've seen that she watches. But
she heard me.
Imagine if you're French and you're taking penalties with all the Argentina fans there, like little things like that in football, VAR and all that. There's problems with football. Like when we get a little thing in chili eating, we get like so much comments like, "Oh, this is wrong." Well, whoa, come on now. I mean, we're doing our best, but yeah, I've got to go. I think because it's I'm gonna get my jacket potato. I don't want to ramble.
Exactly. Get the food while you got it.
Babble on. But
what he wants to do is keep quiet about football before he sets Adele off.
Well, it's easy because you can't, like, the one thing I'll say about the points, the ones that were issued in the past, you can never change them now. You know, they're stuck at what they are because you'd have to change so many points, or so many things would change through the people. It's, you know, you just learn your lesson and you move on and you hope for the best. It's a learning lesson as you go.
Cheers.
I couldn't agree more. It's very, very difficult. What we do now is we have a new product comes and we have 4 or 5 people test it. We don't even make the decisions. I mean, I don't want to pass the buck. If people don't agree with the decision that's been determined, I'm not trying to take away the blame, dissolve responsibility, but it's the fairest way we could think of doing it. So we'll get like a group of people, they're anonymous, and they're going to all eat it and come up with the points, you see, like 4 or 5 people. And it's not the same people. It's not always Johnny, Shenna, Jim. It's different people. So we're doing everything we can do. The producers also tell us what they think the point should be, but obviously they'd like to gear things a little bit higher because, you know, people more likely to do challenges that mean more points. There's all these little things, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's just a lot of it's about having fun, because people were doing challenges and then that was it. It was gone. For all of history, no one would know they did that challenge if they went on YouTube. Now there's a place that you can go online and you can see everyone's profile and you can see everything they've done. So it's like we're making a bit of history here. You can do a challenge and now it is recorded somewhere. So you can always find it. It's an archive of what you've done, you know, and I think that, you know, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I do notice that you're cuddling a bottle of famous grouse like your life depends on it.
I wanted to just show my appreciation by having that in the screen. Whoever sent me that, it's very, very generous. I wasn't expecting.
You look like one of the bad guys off a Bond movie. Only instead of a cat, you've got a bottle of famous grouse.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
I think that burn's going now. That's good. Like the cat.
Oh, you're ready for the third and the fourth and the fifth, just so you can get an extra point.
No, I'll have to be careful, I think, still.
Eat my shorts noticed it too.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I just wanted to show my appreciation for whoever, hopefully they're watching, who sent it. I really, really, that's a lovely present.
It's like a Christmas teddy bear.
Well, if that's the type of teddy bear you get for Christmas, I'm all open to teddy bears.
I hear that.
Good stuff. Well, I'm happy to, let you guys carry on. It's been half an hour. I've enjoyed that, and I really, it's good fun coming in here with you guys.
Been good to see you, dude.
Yeah, great, and great talking about all the info too, League of Fire info. That's interesting stuff, definitely. I'll make sure that I'll put out a video or two, instructional wise. We'll get this all dialed in, and you can just point them that way.
Yeah,
that'd be good. Thank you.
Well, with that, I'm going to bring in the next guest and boot you out. Boot you out. Did you notice that?
Boot out.
Boot.
Card number 28.
There is Stefan Barrett.
Stu wants that card something bad. Stu's definitely looking for your card.
I know he is. I haven't even got it yet.
I hear. So what are we doing tonight?
You said C5, but it's
the 3. Oh man, the 3 is my favorite.
Yeah.
And I take it we're doing it the hot shots method?
That's indeed.
So you'll need a disclaimer there, Stefan, unless if you have one and you could read it out, that would be great to start.
I, Stefan Harrop, from over 18 years of age, of sound of mind, have read and understood the hot sauce product disclaimer on the League of Fire website. In summary, I accept that the League of Fire, their suppliers and manufacturers, NEUK Chilli-heads, will under no circumstances be responsible for or liable for any claims of injury or damage arising from me consuming this product from multiple thereof. I acknowledge and agree to this fact without question.
Excellent. So then the next stage is you basically keep the challenge on. Once you open it, fill up your first one. Or you're just going to do the one of them, yeah?
Oh, first shot and then see how it goes.
Okay, excellent. I'm going to set this up again, get the stopwatch ready to go. And each of these is like a 3-minute, I'm going to double check it, make sure it is the 2-chug method, 3-minute burn for your turbo. No, you're not going to do the turbo, you're going to do a 3-minute burn. So basically what you'll do, Stefan, is when you're ready, take a mouthful, swallow it, show me empty shot glass and open mouth, and we're good to go, and I'll start the timer.
Alrighty. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
I'm not his dancer on this. I'm not in the mood for a challenge. I'm too tired for one.
That's understandable.
Ah.
There we go. We'll start your way. The 3 has always been my favorite out of all of them. I've always enjoyed the taste of it. And I think it probably can because the 2 you just kicked the poop out of you when you tried, when you did that one. The 2 was like such a big jump up from the 1. And, well, not jump up, more jump up in the way it hit your stomach. And it was great that the 3 came right back down.
Yeah, I did the V1 first, then I did V3, and then the V2.
Yeah, that V2 just hits different. I'm sure I still have a bottle of it here somewhere. And it's just like looking at me like, oh yeah, look at you. That one is still just looking at me like,
I have one upstairs, but it's half full. Got the first shot down, and it was like, no. I got past the 3 minutes, but no, that second shot was not going to make it.
Well, you see, that's why I always thought it's a really good. It's really good to do it the hot shot style instead of the turbo chug, because if you do the turbo chug, it's more of a 4 minute wait. So you got to wait for that 4 minutes to pass, and if you don't make it, you lose everything. Whereas if you do it the hot shot style, at least you just at least if you get through that one, you get 2 points. Of course, you can't use the second one, but a lot of times use it just as a source. I think Stu was using one as a source. I think my daughter opened, I had, I think, what was it? It was a V1, and I had it in the refrigerator. And my daughter thought it was one of Sean Overthrow's Annus Primus, and I had a whole bunch of them. So, of course, she pulled it out and opened it. And then she's like, Dad, I think I opened the wrong one. I'm like, you opened a V1 chug. So it was like I couldn't use it, but I think I did an instructional video and I drank it in the instructional video while I was doing it. And not counting for points, but it helped. There's the end of that one. Well done. We've got like 40 seconds, 38 seconds to go. How's it hitting you in the throat, mouth, stomach?
All fine at the moment. It was the throat and then the mouth, but it's obviously died down now.
Excellent.
Stomach so far so good, which I'm shocked at, because usually it hits my stomach straight away.
Well, we're coming into the last 10 seconds, and then after that, we can restart you, and then at your own leisure, you can like hit it away when you need. And there's the first one down out of them. I'll set you back. And away you go whenever you're ready, Stefan. Excellent. And away we are for the second part. So I think like when the V1s came out first, me and the wife, we bought some from the UK. You know, we wanted instantly to get it, and of course we're on a different time over here, so we're doing these chugs at midnight. And I was trying to get my wife, I was trying to get Alex used to it, but I mean, I'll give her due. She did the chug, but she was, as soon as it was done, she was on the kitchen floor on the tile, just hugging the tile. And my other daughter walks in and was like, "Are you drunk?" And she's like, "No, too much hot sauce."
I can remember a couple of times I've had to do that on my house.
I'm telling you, there's nothing like getting the shower ready, especially when you're doing like a multiples. Multiples is the one that gets you, because then you got to take into account how long before the first one hits you, and by then you're probably on the fourth or so. And you know, then you, as you try and proceed, as Charlie's going to find out, I watched him do those 10. I was super impressed, but now I hear he's going to try for 20. That's epic move, definitely there. I'm amazed at watching how in about over the course of about 6 or 7 years. Let's see. I think we've had the Facebook group for about 6 or 7 years, seven, almost 8 years, I guess now. And watching how it went from just Blair's hot sauce and just some of your easiest stuff to the selection that we have now is just absolutely amazing. Worldwide, all over the world. I love it. I love getting sauces from all over the world.
Well, I've been it for, I think, 2 years, maybe 3 years, 2 years, probably 2 years. And even then, the jump from what it was to what it is now. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, it really is. And I was doing that with tinctures. It came from, you know, I would just do basically a dropper, one Robbie of tincture, and it would be like, it would destroy me. Of course, it would always be like this super strong tincture. Me and Steve Berlant were crippled by like the Untouchables 24K Gold Flake. And I'm like, it can't be that hot. Oh, it was hot, man.
A lot of stories about that 24K.
Yeah, that Sean made that in a lab setup. You know, we're all there with like doing our like jars, and he's got a lab setup of doing that stuff. But man, that was like insane heat on that. It really, It got me. It got Steve. There's a couple of pictures, I think, of us like really suffering from that. But now I can chug like almost 75 ml of that with ease, working my way up to the 100. Look at that, Stefan. There we go. Completed. That's one under the belt. Well done.
I had another one. I'd do it, but this is my only V3. And a huge thank you to Simon Cole, who traded me for this. So thank you to Simon.
How many people have chugged 28 ounces of sriracha? You? Katie, didn't you do it? What did Magnus chug? Yeah, that chink challenge is going to be good. Magnus chugged like 2 bottles of something years ago, probably like in 2018 or 2019. I can't remember. Tony, you remember what he chugged? Was it sriracha or was it Tapatio or Tabasco?
I think it was Tabasco.
It might have been Tabasco, like 2 huge bottles. I was like, I mean, it's not super hot, but the volume of it is what it was.
Well, that amount of volume in your stomach of anything, even if it was just tomato ketchup, it's going to try and come back up, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, it's going to be just as hot coming up as it was going down.
I found that out with the V5.
See, that's why on my preps I really like to do strawberry shake, because at least the strawberry milkshake kind of helps on the way out, you know, because even on a chug, even on like those Killer Queens or anything like that, it's just as hot coming out as it was going in, and that's never any fun.
Well, up until now, I'd never had the problem with the out. The out's always been easy, just open, rumph, out it comes, sorted. The V5, on the other hand, after it came out, I was all lit up again, all in here. It was like, go away, leave me alone.
I bet.
Yeah, the aftermath of the Killer Queen for me was like that. It was like redoing the challenge just multiple times over.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It was like redoing it, but like every time you swallowed or anything, it was like you did it again. Yeah, didn't like that. B5
is there anything else on the menu for today, Tony?
There isn't.
Oh, well, then I'll have to do something. But Charlie was just talking about tinctures, and I was moving some of the bottles, and I realized that I have a nice one right here. But I can't remember whose it was.
It looks very clear.
Yeah, it's
very well produced.
There's that one, and then there's this one. This is the last. Oh, it's not the last. Well, this is the last of my drawer of Black Death. Yeah.
Jiff, dude, that's your ink.
Yeah, no, this is the end. You know that Black Death tank I did? Well, so this is the last of what I pulled, of what I suctioned off the top of the bottle. What I did then with the other stuff was I left it for another 3 months, and then I just drained it out, and I have probably like 300 ml of tink of Black Death aged even more, and you know, so like another 3 months on top of that.
Label it Black Death XO.
So I'm going to do this one because it's bigger, and I'll do it like the way Stu loves it. I know he's over on YouTube. He can comment, but
he found his way.
He'll always find a way.
You can't keep all those down. It's just impossible.
Yeah, this stuff, it's got a nice smell, nice taste. I can't remember who sent it, but I know the ones that I've got for because this is the one that I'm going for, the one that Charlie was talking about. Was
the horn. You're going
the
to try
horn,
and do 100 ml.
Paul and Shahina sent the UK Chili Queen horn, and I know the earthquake destroyed a bunch of my stuff back here, but it didn't take the good stuff. Some, you know, so the tinks that I've got are like super top hot up there. It's just not like any normal run of the mill tink. It's like I made sure that the producers of this one are the ones that are going to light me up if I'm going to do it. And I'm basically was trying to do, I think Dustin drank 300 ml of tink, which there's no way I'm going to do that.
Yeah, but he's not human, is he?
That's what I'm saying, you know, but he was telling me that he got drunk off of it.
Of
So I
course you
figured,
did.
yeah. Well, when you're shooting like 300 mil of tink, so I'm figuring if I shoot 100 mil in one go, I should get a little buzz off of it, not only from the heat, but like a little alcohol buzz.
You'll get drunk off it anyway because it's what, 80%?
What, these?
The alcohol that you're using to make the thing is.
You wish. The one that I used for mine was like 180 proof.
Oh, that's the proof. Yeah, I'm saying about the percentage works out was about 80%.
Oh yeah, probably 80, 85 maybe or more. It's right up there. So the other one that like the one Sean was using.
100 mil shot.
Yeah, the one Sean was using was ethanol. So it's like, so you're like, man, all right, I'm just going to stick to this. Teeth and away, guys.
There's your GIF, Stu. It's what you asked for.
But yeah, I don't think Scott's tried it, but I'm gonna.
People go no reactions, but yeah, there's reaction.
Scott's gonna have a little go.
Oh, that had some heat to it. I'm sure I'll find the sticker. Yeah, the earthquake did a number on a lot of the arrangements that I had up here.
Charlie just says every time he watches you, he wants to copy you.
No, you did well, Charlie. You were doing, I think he was doing his own tink the other day. He did like 3 of them.
Doing well there, Scott, dude. Couple of hiccups.
All right, that's good. I got that one down.
Okay, great.
A little bit of a scare there for a minute, but you know what's weird is when you do those tincture chugs, the other ones aren't as bad. Like the Killer Queen, they still hurt, but they're just not as bad as like when you do them accidentally, like that one time I did it accidentally.
How would you accidentally do a chug?
Because I had an open bottle of Killer Queen that a friend of mine was going to do. And so I taped it, opened it all up for him, and he bottled out at the last minute. He's like, no, I'm not going to do it. And I couldn't get the top. I kind of bent it when I was taking it off. So what I did is I poured it into another bottle, and like a doofus, of course I didn't label it. Why would I label it? I'm like, I'll remember this. So then, you know, months go by and I forgot about it completely. And I'm making this sandwich late at night and I'm like, what have I got in here? Now, you know, you remember my fridge, you open it up, it's like a million friggin' sauces everywhere. I'm like, well, what's this one? So I splash. No prep, no nothing. Take a big bite. And I'm like, what the hell? What? I mean, it just lit me. And I mean, I took a huge friggin' bite and I had to spit it out. Like, what the heck did I just do? And then I felt on fire because I was unprepared. I was like, whoa. And then I remembered, oh man, that's the Killer Queen that I opened for Brad to do and he bottled out of and he didn't do in the end. You see, I couldn't put it back in the bottle, so I put it in another one. That'll tell you, label your stuff, guys.
That does explain how you accidentally do a chug.
Yeah. I didn't do the chug. I tasted it, I guess. But when you're not ready for it, I think, you know, that was my biggest surprise. I was expecting out of all the sauces I had in there, I knew that no matter what sauce I put on, I could handle. I didn't expect there to be, you know, because I have a specific place for any extract sauce in my refrigerator. And I wasn't choosing from there. But this, of course, it looked just like a regular sauce bottle, kind of like that. So it was just nothing on it because it was blank because I had a blank one.
There's a sauce I really like by a company called Flavor Before Fire, and it's a chipotle sauce. And instead of using it as a chipotle, I usually put it on a fried breakfast as like a barbecue sauce. And I once picked up one of Dell's sauces by mistake and smothered my breakfast in it. Goes piled it in, and within 2 or 3 mouthfuls, it was like, what have I done?
I got a good one from my daughter. She called me up because my buddy Ken on the fire department. He's the one that makes some great sauces. And he gave me a whole bunch of, sauces that he made for me, a pesto, which is, and of course they're all aimed at me, so they're up really high. So my daughter was also working at the same place he was working, and he's like, "Hey, do you want some sauces?" And of course my daughter's like, "Heck yeah, I will." He didn't even think that she didn't do spicy. He's like, "Well, you're Jeff's daughter, you must do spicy." So he gave her pesto and some like honey mustard and a whole bunch of other stuff that I now have, because she's like, "What the F, Dad?" I prepared all this food, put it on there, took a mouthful, was like, "Ah!" And I'm like, "Bring it over to me, I'll take it." So now I have a lot more.
There's always somebody that finds it okay, but some of us mere mortals need to stay away from the higher end stuff because it comes as a shock.
Yeah, I think you're going to enjoy that chug life. You see, Paul did 2 of them, man, on an empty stomach. When
you know it's coming, it's much better. But like you were saying, sometimes when you're just not expecting it, and
yeah, because at least you're ready for it. I've done that with some tinctures too. I've because I still have some up there that I don't chug all my tinctures. I do have like a shelf where I actually put some in tea, put some in coffee. But to keep the tolerance up, I must do probably, I've got to say, at least, well, that was 30. So I do probably at least 30 mil a day of tincture, sometimes more, sometimes less. But there's probably not a day that I don't have tincture, and there's probably not a day that I don't have spice in any food. And you'll always have people saying, "Oh, you make food and then you spoil it." Yeah, we're English, so we make our food like plain as heck, right? It's like blip, 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 that's what I'm saying. And it's like my kids, I'm like, "Well, how do you want your pasta?" Well, like, nothing, not even butter, nothing. So I secretly just put butter on it because they don't want no tomato sauce, no nothing. And so that is the thing. It's like, here's the food. You're only going to complement it by adding stuff to it. And it's really, that's how we cook. We try and cook as plain as we can so that the sauce can really bring it out for us. Because you've got so many choices. Yeah, so many choices. Almost too many. Freak people out when they come over. I'm like, "So what, you want a medium?" Pull out like about 10 or 12. Yeah. And these are just from like the UK. Do you want some from America?
We do the same. They say, "Have you got any sauce?" And we lead them out in the kitchen and show them the shelf.
It's great though.
4 stacks high.
Christmas presents are always great. Oh, more sauce. Yeah.
It's all right as long as you don't get the stuff from B&M or something like that. When you get those gift packs.
Yeah, you just re-gift those, Tony. You wrap them up and re-gift them. I hate you. Have one of these.
I wasn't that smart, and I actually tried a couple of them, and there is a rant video somewhere on YouTube. Because
they all taste the same, and they're all vinegar with a little bit of red color in.
Yeah.
But, it's the thought that counts.
No,
how's the stomach doing, Stefan?
Well, after that thing, it let me up. I was completely fine until I did that thing. And that's Charlie's Reaper and Scorpion hair.
That's quite hot too.
Yeah.
My mouth just cooled down. I'm wondering whether I should even just... No, I'm not going to do that one. That's going to kill me. Because I know it's mine. I want to do some stuff for the rest of the afternoon. Maybe tonight. Maybe I'll finish that one tonight.
You were saying earlier that you do 30 to 50 milliliters of tink a day. Yeah. Are you never worried that you might get pulled over and breathalyzed because some of that tink's strong in alcohol?
Oh yeah, but it's never when at work. It's always like when I'm done or I'm off, and I'm never going to go. I think I had one the other day where I'm like, I did some tincture and I got a fire call right in the friggin' middle of it. And I'm like, well, I'm not going, but I'm on command. So, I could just go and just do it from my radio and just for the kitchen, which was
But
good.
I was wondering, it was like trying to explain to them if you get pulled over. No, officer, I haven't been drinking. It was a chili challenge.
Yeah, try one of these, officer. And he's like,
Yeah, do you
"Whoa,
want some?
I got a smell of alcohol coming from your vehicle, sir." And I'm like, yeah, it would be bad. I know that. I think I always do them like when I come back from work or when I'm done now. But so it was always great, like 6 o'clock in the morning here in the States. I'd come in, everyone's still asleep, put my little video, put my phone up, and I'd either do some, like, I think, ghost peppers. I'm like, 6 a.m. California, ghost peppers.
Just off to bed, and this is what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, but people are going, how the heck can you do that at 6 in the morning? And I'm like, yeah, that's like my 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
Because, of course, now that I'm done, I did the quiet retire. I didn't want any of the fanfare or any of the other stuff. Oh, I gotta start that now.
Yeah.
I don't know if
there's
I
no
retired
done
at the
or
start of the
retiring.
year.
It says there, look, Jiff is going to kill the seasonal rankings. UK Chili Queen says so.
Well, I'm stepping up the game, as you know, Tony. I retired from the fire department on the 31st. That was my last day. So 27 years done, and I kept all the fanfare low because I'm the one that's in charge of the page. So yeah, exactly, Paul. Just starting it right now because right now I've got the time. So there's going to be a fair amount coming. There's going to be I've got a lot in planned for the year, and hopefully it's all going to be great, and it's going to include everybody. And I'm going to try and plan a trip to England. I'm going to try and plan one. I got to see my family. You know, I can't leave it for so long. So I got to check up on Tony. I got to check up on my brother and see how he's doing. And hopefully I'm going to try and do it for the summer so I can hit a few festivals and then drag his backside to a couple of them, get him out and around.
Yeah.
So
I
that's.
still haven't met him yet.
Well, you don't want to meet him. He's a pain in the backside.
No, I do want to meet him.
Just ask Podfather. He'll tell you.
Tony is the whole reason that I actually ended up on video because I never wanted to be. So no, I do need to meet him.
No, he's fun. Him and his dog now are the best of friends, and he's loving life. He's got a new job. He's done with the old security, and he's still doing security. But I don't know if you can talk about it. But the person that banned Stu, he's working for them. There you go. And he's working for the personal crew for them when he's in England, but you know, it's not like he's like, no, I'm just low mate on the low bloke on the freaking coat and bottle.
It's probably just best you don't say any more now. We know who you meant.
Yeah, you know who I meant. But and he's like over the moon about that. And of course he's like, damn it, I have to reinstate all my social media again. So he's back.
I just hope they know what they've let themselves in for.
Oh yeah, they better do. Because, you know, he's going to bring in like hot peppers and all kinds of stuff to all those. Oh, you think you're tough, are you? But can you do one of these? You know, and it's funny now. I'm watching people doing these, you know, eating so many, trying to eat 3 peppers the fastest. And I'm like, man, Tony, we're doing that back in 2017. While he was at work too. He's like, all right, I'm going to try and do it. So it's great to see how the community has grown in the last decade, and it's grown like 300 times more in the last 3-4 years. I think, you know, it's really moving out there, and it's only going to move up and get. I'm hoping, you know, that it just blows up a little more than it is, you know, because you always think, well, it's Chili's and it's hot and it's this, and then people go, so what? That's just stupid, and you're like, no, it isn't. You know, someone recently asked me for a sauce. Someone that the easiest way to say is like, I'm not too fond of them. So I was busy replying, you know what? I'll tell you where you can go get your own sauce, and you can. And then they replied, because I want to mess this person up. And I'm like, oh wait, I don't like that person. I hate that person more than I hate you. Delete this message. I'll send you something really great. Here, take this one. Horsepower by Rick. Right? So I sent him like Rick's horsepower. And I'm like, don't let them read the label, because if they read the label, they're not going to do it. So they're going to put them in the bowl, and it's just a piece of revenge. And it's kind of funny to me that, like I said, the person that wanted it, I can't stand them. But the person that they were going to get, I hated even more. So that worked out really good.
Good to see you, dude.
Definitely, Steve. Nice seeing you. We're almost at the hour. I got to go myself.
I suppose we should start rounding it up a bit.
Oh, man, you know, I could prattle on all day, brother.
I've missed you for that long that I was just sat here listening to you. I could have stayed too.
Oh, no, anytime. Like I said, I'm retired now, so I've got all the time in the world. That and...
I thought he was going to sing that then. I've got... Oh. No, we can't do that. We get YouTube bans, don't we?
Yeah, at least if it's... Yeah, we'll see.
If it's in tone.
If it is.
Well, with that, I'm going to say good night to everybody. I'm going to say a massive thank you to Stefan for his V3 chug.
Yeah, that was amazing. I'm still sitting there taking it like a trooper. Well done.
Paul Ouro for his multiple ginger chugs and giving me the confidence to actually not to be too worried about the ginger.
You know, that's 2 times he's done multiples now, Tony.
My biggest thank you, though, goes to that guy over there, because I got to hide out of screen most of the time, which is always a bonus. And it was just good to see him in a brilliant way to start off the new year. So thank you, dude.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Anytime you need it, give me a call. You know, I'll help out.
And with that, I'm going to go, bye, guys.
You sent yourself out, Paul. Supposed to get rid of us too, Tony. I'm just going to remove myself and leave him there with an empty stream. Later, Stefan.
See you later.